I'll be discussing Jey Uso in this video, so let's just throw out a yeet and get right into the news. Drew McIntyre might be out for a while. Man, shout out to WWE as of late. For a while now, Hell in a Cell has actually felt like a big deal after it being a pay-per-view throughout the duration of the 2010s and it kind of being deflating for a while. And CM Punk vs. Drew McIntyre was no different, with it being a fantastic showing with an enormous amount of the red stuff. Drew in particular ended up having a very real laceration to his head requiring stitches during said match. They showed this off on Raw, and obviously Drew was not in attendance for Monday Night Raw, missing that taping and likely being off TV for the next few editions of Raw. CM Punk came out to the entrance ramp to address the crowd at the top of the show and said that he was banged up worse than he's ever been banged up in his life, but would go on to say how much he loves the fans, and just didn't know when he's going to return. And then Seth freaking Rollins, who just returned, came out, bumped his shoulder, and gave us a promo. It's the Yeet Man, Jey Uso, teasing more potential Bloodline members. How many Samoan / Tongan / Anawahi family members can there possibly be? Rikishi is just out here pumping units. Throughout the year, Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, and Jacob Fatu have joined the ranks of the Bloodline and the ever-growing Anawahi family, including Roman Reigns, The Rock, the Usos, Umaga, Solo Sikoa. He's a little forgettable right now for some reason. Jimmy Uso just made his return at WWE Bad Blood, as well as The Rock making his return at the end of WWE Bad Blood. And as the story progresses, fans are buzzing about more potential members like Zilla Fatu potentially joining the group. Jey even mentioned about just how deep the cousin war goes, talking about like up to 10 teenagers, 15-ish year old, that are getting ready and will inevitably be wrestling in the 2030s. They're never gonna stop.
I'm never gonna say, never, especially in this business, but we do have our family's deep. The bloodline's really deep. I mean, I'm talking about cousins. I'm talking about 10, 15-year-olds that are ready right now. We deep. So eyes open, man. We always gonna keep this family business rolling for sure.
Is Cody Rhodes injured in a fantastic kayfabe angle? Cody Rhodes was attacked by Kevin Owens following WWE Bad Blood, and it looks like they're keeping that kayfabe alive. Triple H treated the angle like it was a real-life incident, although WWE still hasn't uploaded the footage of their own. Lots of fans have been publishing it. Rhodes was said to be a little roughed up after that spot with KO, according to Fightful Select. Obviously could be kayfabe, could be real. We obviously don't ever know that. I kind of got the AJ Styles thing wrong. Looks like he might be injured. It wasn't clear if the American Nightmare would miss any ring time, but he is still advertised for this Friday's SmackDown. WWE officials were described as very happy with how that backstage brawl came off, and of course they were. People were more excited. Like, if Kevin just turned heel on SmackDown, wouldn't have drawn anywhere near the buzz as they did, doing something unique, something that hasn't happened in a forever, if it ever even happened. I can't think of one time they did a turn off screen. I don't even know if they've done it on house shows before. Of course it's generating buzz. So hopefully Cody isn't hurt, and my prediction, even though I was wrong about AJ, he's probably not hurt. Goldberg might be wrestling again, and I am low-key for it at this point. Just bring him back and let Gunther slap the shit out of him. He made his first appearance on WWE TV in over 2 years at Bad Blood in Atlanta. Angle had a lot of people speculating if Goldberg and Gunther, who did have like some heat going back and forth with Gunther calling out Goldberg actually hopping the barricade. Saudi shows coming up, that feels like a Saudi match. I think we're getting it, especially at the post-show press conference for WWE Bad Blood. Triple H said never say never, and I think he tweeted out something along the lines of Goldberg, we can talk whenever you want. Guys, we're getting the match, so just find a way to get excited, because it's gonna happen. An attorney asks WWE to waive NDA for the Vince McMahon lawsuit. The attorney of Janelle Grant, who accused the former chairman, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, of assault and trafficking and a lot a lot of bad, has asked the former company not to enforce the non-disclosure agreements with current and former employees. Let's just remind everyone that if a crime has been committed, NDAs are legally not enforceable. Ann Callis, the attorney representing Janelle Grant in her lawsuit, sent an email to the attorneys for WWE, and she said, if WWE and its parent company Endeavor are serious about parting ways with Vince McMahon and the toxic workplace culture he created, their executives should have no problem with releasing former WWE employees from their NDAs. This is the first step to rehabilitating a company that covered up decades of and trafficking. This is kind of a genius legal move, in my opinion, because if they decline, which everyone kind of assumes they're going to do, WWE is more or less admitting to guilt. And if they accept it and allow those NDAs, this could open the door for God knows how many people to reveal their stories. And let's be honest, there's a lot of stories out there. Obviously, as of now, McMahon, Laurinaitis have all denied everything pretty much. I think Laurinaitis might have said that he even was like forced by McMahon to do some of the things in the it's a huge mess, but this is a great move by the attorney, and hopefully it works out well in their favor and more of these awful stories and atrocities can be brought to the surface. Thrice in a lifetime. That's right, The Rock and John Cena are going at it once again for the first time in 11 years. Could they be teasing to a match? The Rock is back. Have you heard? He went live on Instagram the other day and just started taking aim at everyone in sight while listening to ZZ Top and drinking his tequila. The Hollywood megastar says he loves Dusty Rhodes. He just hates his son before blasting WWE bullshit. And also, Mr. Cena caught himself astray. Walking by WWE production trucks, he's just happened to see Cena's face on the side and says, "Go eat some Fruity Pebbles." It was a cute little reference to the old promo back in the day. You know the one. If you were walking in the cereal aisle in the early 2010s, you probably saw John Cena's face on a box of Fruity Pebbles. It's because of The Rock. Following this fun little jab, Cena has apparently taken to Instagram to share a photo of the famous cereal, just reminding, hey Rock, I'm still here. And considering that John Cena is only going to be appearing about 35 times in 2025, gotta be some big names, gotta have some big matches. Is once in a lifetime, the feud that then turned to twice in a lifetime, going to become thrice in a lifetime now that John Cena and The Rock are both wrestling again? Can we actually get John Cena versus Dwayne Johnson a third time in 2024? Wrestling is so weird sometimes. Ryback sends a message to CM Punk after WWE Bad Blood. Ryback is back. The man who once uploaded a poll of if he should go to WWE, AEW, I think TNA, or retire, and like 70% of people said retire. I got nothing against Ryback, but that's not a great social standing. The man fired a shot at CM Punk on social media over the head wounds that Drew suffered, saying that he never injured any of his co-workers as such. Specifically saying, "I've never done this or anything close to this to any of my opponents. I would say whoever did this to him is beyond reckless and very dangerous to work with." Ever since the infamous Colt Cabana podcast, which, Jesus Christ, that has to be over a year ago now, or just about, Punk has long since claimed that Ryback is very dangerous to work with, multiple times injuring him, and so Ryback has taken a chance to poke a little fun at that feud. I can't imagine Punk is going to say anything back about this. Also, this was a Hell in a Cell match where it's a blood feud. Of course, they're both going to look like this. I think it was kind of the point. So not exactly the best clap on Ryback's part. Can we get that poll back on screen? Oh man, that is just beautiful. And that's the news. Let us know in the comments down below what your thoughts. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, notifications, ring that bell. Have a wrestling filled day. Go have a tussle with your brother.